Arctic winds hit U.S. Record snow in east. Bitter cold and snow sweeping into the eastern U.S. Left part of New England under record snowfall and hit southerners with sub-freezing temperatures that farmers fear could destroy strawberries and other crops. It is a deep freeze. The duration of the cold snap is unusual, especially in the south, where the weather is typically chilly for just a day or two before temperatures rebound into the 50s. Waves of Arctic air pushed into central Mississippi, Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle, where farmers were scrambling to save strawberries and tomatoes as temperatures dipped into the 20s and wind chills into the teens. Hard freeze warnings covered the region, according to the National Weather Service. Charleston, South Carolina, was expecting sub-freezing overnight lows. Parts of West Virginia could see 4 to 8 inches of snow, and many counties canceled school ahead of the storm. A dusting of snow fell in western and central Kentucky, bringing 3 to 5 inches, with some locally heavier amounts. Record snows were reported over the weekend in Vermont. In Burlington, a storm dumped more than 33 inches, breaking a single storm record of nearly 30 inches set in 1969. Most took it in stride, but some took it too far. Vermont State Police cited a man after stopping him pulling a sled with a rider in it behind his car on Interstate 89. He was cited for driving with a suspended license. It was a similar scene in upstate New York, where so-called lake effect snow blanketed parts of the state with more than 3 feet, and more is expected. Forecasters say snow will continue to fall in parts of northeast Ohio that already have 2 feet or more on the ground. In Maine, the search continued for an 18-year-old snowmobiler who disappeared shortly after the storm started, and a small plane crashed into a river channel after reporting ice buildup on the wings. A search resumed for a 7-year-old boy who fell through ice into a river in southern Wisconsin. The weather caused hundreds of school closings and delays in Arkansas, Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and the North Carolina mountains. In Nashville, Tennessee, where the overnight low was 12 degrees, police believe an 81-year-old man had wandered outside in his bathrobe and froze to death. Wrecks on icy roads took at least 2 other people. Extreme cold and chill. Homeless shelters, especially in the southeast, braced for a crush of people and said they would not turn anyone away. Yes, Lord, it has been cold, said a 55-year-old who has been homeless on and off for the past 25 years. He said, "It got so cold last night, I thought about sleeping in a trash can." In Oakland, Maryland, approximately 1,400 homes lost power with temperatures near zero. 2 boilers at a state prison in Union Springs, Alabama, stopped working over the weekend. In Florida, farmers prepared for a long week, just trying to protect their crops. In Polk County, between Tampa and Orlando, temperatures were in the high 20s, and strawberry farmers turned on sprinklers to create an insulation of ice for the berries. The problem now is that we have a week-long freeze predicted, said the executive director for the Florida Strawberry Growers Association. It's an endurance test. Parts of central Florida could see lows below freezing nearly every day this week. Even Key West isn't immune. Temperatures there the next couple of days are expected to barely creep above 60 degrees with a stiff north wind. Nowhere near average highs in the 70s that usually draw winter tourists. Places like Birmingham, Alabama and Charlotte, North Carolina will see temperatures above freezing for just a couple of hours a day all week long. And many southern homes aren't built to handle that type of cold, with uninsulated pipes and heat pumps that will have to run all the time just to keep things barely comfortable. The phones were already ringing off the hook at an agency in Greenville, South Carolina that uses federal grants to help people with their heating bills. Firefighters are also bracing for more calls. It's cold, and folks are trying to do whatever it takes to stay warm. And this cold spell has also left record snowfalls in many parts of the northern hemisphere of the world. In England, they've had record snowfalls like not ever seen in over 100 years. In Beijing, China, they had the heaviest snowfall in over 60 years. In South Korea, in Scotland, and in many other places around the world, records are being broken. And these are more signs. So, the more that people change the climate, the more the Earth responds. This is a response to global warming, climate change, whatever you want to call it. Because the Earth is a living being in a great big sense, in some kind of way. And it's responding. And these are more signs of the end times transition days. The transition is ongoing and continuing daily process. And there are all kinds of signs of many kinds.